Hello, and welcome to the next episode of the Spirit and Soul podcast. I am your host, Tiffany Cohen, owner of Spirit and Soul Studio, and today it's your February monthly message from the universe. This one is incredible. I am super, super excited to share it with you because I think it's something that I've been feeling too for the collective, and have been trying to talk a lot about and push a lot in, when I talk on the live sales. We do Instagram live sales every Monday night, 15% off. So make sure you guys are following. But even on the live sales and in the classes and just conversations with people, I've been really, really pushing this. And it is all about tapping into your magic. So I want to tell you a funny story before we get into this message so today I'm pulling from the Medicine Woman Oracle. This is actually one of Christina's favorite decks. If you haven't ever had a reading with Christina, oh my goodness, you are going to love it. She's incredible. Make sure that you book that as soon as possible. But she loves this Medicine Woman deck. And this is really honestly the first time, maybe like second time that I'm picking it up. And something about it is just like causing a little bit of an obsession for me. I love, love, love the way it's like it breaks it down basically into like these different messages and who these messages are coming through from. And then what it does is it tells you like the different guidance and different rituals that you can tap into to really take on this card. So what's funny was I sat down and I started to pull cards for the collective, and I couldn't hold the question in my mind. I couldn't hold the intention for what I wanted to hear about the February monthly message. And I'm like, why can't I just felt distracted. And I pulled the cards, and the whole reading was for me. Like clearly, clear as day, things that are like on my mind right now, things that I'm thinking about and working on and working through and healing. They were all answered in this message that came through. And it was like, I kept hearing the words like, this is for you. We're talking to you. I'm like, okay, message received. It was a beautiful, beautiful message. So now I would then had a clear mind. Then I could pull the cards for you guys while I pulled them, but I was able to hold the question, hold the intention. So it's just crazy how when the universe works, when the universe has a message for you, you're going to hear it. Like, be ready. You are going to hear it no matter how it's going to come out. And that's exactly what happened to me today. So let's get into the February monthly message. Now, this message is just so beautiful. So first things first, we have, if you're looking on YouTube at the cards that we pulled, this is the first card here, and this is winter. So this winter, and they're talking about inner winter, and we talked about this, I think, in January. It was like that same type of message where we really need to start going within. This message, what's coming through though when we pull in the second card, which is the vision card, is really all about tapping into your inner magic. So in order to tap into that magic, you really need to sit with yourself and quiet down, quiet the noise. And it may not mean the noise in your head. My friend, that's never going to go away. That noise in your head is going to be there. You have to learn to work with it, work through it, ignore it, whatever it is. But it's really right now is a time for you to tap back into your inner gifts, your inner magic, the things that make you an incredible oracle yourself. Like, you are the oracle. We all have this gift. Yes, I'm reading the cards right now, right? But that doesn't mean that somebody else, that you don't have the gift to do this as well. You do. You have that gift within you to really bring out a part of you that is an innate part of who we are. And I feel like we look at this intuitive part of ourselves, and we think like, oh, that's just, some people are just like that. Like some people are very intuitive and some people aren't. No, we're all meant to be intuitive. It's just how closely are you listening? Are you trusting what you're receiving? And this is the work that is that's looking to come to fruition in February. Okay. This is really that last month, and I'm putting that in quotes because we know in New York we're always getting some kind of snow in March, but this is where it's like one of those last months of like feeling of winter, and you want to tap into that in order to be able to bring these gifts to the surface, to fruition. So the message of this card, of the vision card, was try something new. And I think that is so much fun. If you have never read cards before, get yourself a deck of cards. We have a ton of them at Spirit and Soul. We have Oracle. Maybe you only read Oracle. Maybe it's time for Tarot, right? Don't be afraid of any of these things. And I know, especially if you grew up in like a religious background, that some of these tools, these metaphysical tools that we use in the spiritual space are like, oh, that's the devil's work, or that's this. No, my friend, it is a tool to use so that you can receive guidance. You are meant to receive this guidance. You are meant to be guided. You are meant to be led, and you're meant to receive. And this is, again, just a tool. Once you start to learn to trust yourself, trust what's coming through, you don't need the cards, or you don't need the pendulum or the runes. Yeah, it's nice to have. It's fun to have, right? Like no matter what, like I receive messages all the time, but I will always pull cards. It's just a part of who I am. I will always, grab Erica's runes and start pulling a rune for myself. They're fun. They give you maybe a message in a different way that you wouldn't have received it before. So allow yourself to have fun with this. Don't get discouraged, like, oh, I'm not receiving anything. You may not even know, especially if you're just getting started, you may not know how you receive. You may not know if you're a visual receiver, if you're a feeling, you get feelings first. You may not know what you are. So you have to allow yourself, or I should say, not what you are, but what you present as first, because these things you're meant to develop over time. And I want you to do that. I want you to have fun learning about your intuition, tapping into your intuition, tapping into your innate gifts that you already have that are just dying to come to the surface. So tap into that and sit with yourself. This may look like for you, maybe it's not oracle cards, maybe it's not runes. Maybe for you, it's sitting down with a pen and a journal and automatic writing, like allowing whatever is meant to come through for you to come through, that it's like this beautiful channeled message. There are so many things that you can do. So many things. Runes, pendulums. You can try scrying. You can use nature around you and listen and absorb the information that you're being given by the trees, by the water, by the ground, by Mother Earth herself. I mean, you can use scrying as like, looking into a clear or like a glassy type of surface where you can see a reflection, and gazing into it and seeing whatever comes through, whether it's feelings, whether it's visions, whatever it might be, allowing that to come through for you. You can even do it in a candle. I mean, there's so many things, so many things. And if you're not ready to tap into the intuition part of it yet, maybe just setting yourself up with a ritual. And listen, I'm saying that with a grain of salt, my friends. Let's get on this. Let's get on this already. What are we doing? Why aren't you going to listen to your intuition? You're missing out on a huge part of who you are by not. So I'm saying that extremely lightly, okay? Very lightly. So start to get into something. Pick one thing. And if you're already into these things, try something new. So if you haven't picked up like your rune set from Erica yet, get yourself a rune set. If you haven't done a pendulum, used a pendulum yet, pick one up, go onto our app and watch Frank's How to Use a Pendulum class. Like, There are so many things, and we are constantly guiding you. Also with the runes, Erica has a free class up at spiritandsoulstudio.com/replays, and you can go on there and watch that free class about how to read runes. Like, we're making it easy for you, honey. What are you waiting for? So get in on this. Absolutely get in on this. Try something new, try something different. I will tell you that for me, that thing lately has been runes. I have been reading them and like pulling from them, and it's Erica's runes, of course, ever since the retreat, which is where we like had everything set out for everybody, and we let like everybody pull runes or like oracle cards or both every day. And I really got into them and I love them so much. So check out something new today. And I can assure you, as you allow yourself to build into it, it's it's really truly going to start to shift your mindset around your magic, and you're going to begin to trust yourself that much more. Now, another thing you can do to really tap into this inner magic is to set yourself up a ritual. So maybe you are manifesting something. Maybe you want to heal from something. Maybe you just want to, again, hone your intuition, and you want to set up something that's really, really intentional around your house to do that. So you can set up an awesome ritual for yourself where you set it up once and maybe you like tap into it. Maybe it's a little altar, maybe it's a vortex, something like that, that will allow you to continuously tap into magic all throughout the day. Tap into that magic that you created. So anything along this line, do all of them, do one of them, do something. Do something different, do something fun, do something that you've never done before so that you can start to really open up that crown, open up that third eye, just allow it to buzz, allow it to get really, really big so that you can open up a piece of yourself that wants to be open. It's longing to be open this month. And then we have the Heart's Wisdom. So we have this Heart's Wisdom card, and this is all about falling back in love, like allowing yourself to love again. So for me, what this is saying is you have to allow yourself to love this part of you. Maybe this is something like me. I did this when I was 13 years old. I started reading tarot cards, and then when I got into corporate America, it's something I really put aside. I put aside that whole part of myself. And truly, I had to learn to love that part of myself again because I was kind of shamed out of it. Like, not believing, and it was so, it was something that I really had to, let's say, really put aside or hide. If I did do them, kind of hide it, because I had a lot of people that didn't appreciate it, definitely didn't talk about it, and I just kind of just put it on the side. So I had to learn, as I got back into and back in touch with my soul again, I had to learn to love that intuitive part. I had to learn to trust myself, right? What comes along with love is beginning to trust again, or trusting. So I had to learn to trust myself again, trust my intuition, trust the messages that I was receiving, and then understand that I was always magical, that it was never lost. I just had to almost retrain my mind to remember it, to remember that part. And that's what you're being asked to do, is learn to love that part of yourself. Don't hide it. This is nothing to hide. I think, number one, we are living in a time where everything, all the spiritual workings are accepted. And if you're feeling a certain way about sharing your gifts with the world, or sharing your gifts just with people in your family or your friendship circles or whatever it is, and you have no reason to, what I want you to do is sit with that. And this is some past life stuff that may be coming up for you. This can be an old witch wound that wasn't healed. This can be linked to so many different past life experiences that you've had that is you're being asked to heal in this lifetime. And the more that we heal that witch wound, the more that we allow ourselves to shine in a bigger, brighter way now in this lifetime, because my friend, you are safe. You are safe in this lifetime. And what I always say to everybody is this too: know your audience. Know your audience. Don't talk to people that you know are not at all believers. Like, this is not your mission in life to make somebody a believer. What is your mission is for you to be your happiest, biggest, best self and tap into your gifts. So you do that. Don't try to convince anybody otherwise. Just keep shining bright. And the more you shine, then you're inviting other people to turn their lights on as well. And the overarching thing, overarching all of this entire message, we have the bear totem. So the bear totem is truly a time for your inner wisdom to come out. This is a time for you to rest. It's a time for you to sit back and again, it's tapping into even that winter energy. It's time for you to sit back and really allow these gifts to come to you, allow the downloads to come to you. We're going to start entering a time of spring, right? And spring is that renewal energy. It's that, okay, things are starting to grow, things are starting to move. So what you really want to do now is continue to tap into that rest energy, that inner energy, because we're going to hit a time very soon where we're going to be go, 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 and our energy is going to feel boisterous and fun and big, and we're not going to, I don't want to say we're not going to do that inner work, because you should always be doing that inner work, but the energy right now is supporting you really, really getting super intentional about the work that you're doing. So I want to make sure that you are truly taking that time and space, and this could just mean 10 minutes a day. This could mean 5 minutes, if that's all that you have, just to sit with yourself, breathe into your heart space, and say, what messages do you have for me today, universe? And then trusting what you receive. That's always going to be the biggest thing. So if that's all you have, then do it. If you have time for a card pull, beautiful, but tap into something new for yourself. This is your beautiful, beautiful monthly message from the universe. I truly hope that you take this message to heart and try something new. If you don't know where to start, let me tell you something. You are in the right place. Because at Spirit and Soul Studio, we have honestly everything that you could need to try a new divination tool. You can join the wait list, because this is, that we have a huge wait list right now for Erica's intuition group. Erica runs an entire group helping people tap into their intuition, whether it's automatic writing, whether it's oracle cards, whether it's mediumship. I mean, there's so many things at talking to angels. There's so many things that she teaches you in this group. I highly, highly suggest getting on this wait list. You can DM us to get on the wait list, and we will absolutely add you. But what I want you to do is let me know, what are you trying new? Something new. What are you going to add to your repertoire of divination tools? So I would love to hear from you. I would love to help you out, love to support you in this as you start to go on this new journey, and allow it to be fun. Try not to get caught up in that energy of like, I'm just not receiving. I'm not good at this. It will come, I promise you. All right. So just have fun with it. Pull those cards and have a good time. All right. I hope you enjoyed this monthly message from the universe for February 2024. And I will see you on the next episode.